Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The French defense prepares for d5, but blocks in the light-squared bishop in exchange for a strong center and counter-attacking chances. d4 grabs full control of the center and opens up the dark-squared bishop. d5 is a counterattack in the center that threatens the e4 pawn. Knight c3 defends the e4 pawn and pressures the d5 pawn. Knight f6 defends the d5 pawn and also attacks the e4 pawn. Bishop g5 pins the knight on f6 and threatens e4, e5. Bishop e7 develops the bishop and unpins the knight on f6. e5 takes space in the center, closes the position, and attacks the knight on f6. Knight fd7 retreats the knight and allows the exchange of dark-squared bishops. Bishop takes e7 captures the dark-squared bishop instead of retreating the bishop. Queen takes e7 captures the bishop and develops the queen. f4 takes space in the center, supports the e5 pawn, and prepares to develop the knight behind the f-pawn. This misses an opportunity to castle kingside. This allows the opponent to kick a queen. You kick the opposing queen with a pawn, forcing it away. This allows the opponent to win a queen by trapping a piece. Good eye noticing that piece is trapped. This is the strongest option. You captured that free queen, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares. One of the best moves. You move your knight away from the edge of the board, giving it control of more squares. A very strong play. You apply pressure to your opponent's pawn chain. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. Good job defending that pawn. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. Nice, definitely the right move. That pawn capture will win material after all trades are complete. You take back. Recaptures. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. This stops the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. You've moved your piece to a powerful square. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. You are threatening to checkmate the king. This blocks an attack on a pawn. You are forcing your opponent to ruin their pawn structure by isolating doubled pawns. Takes back. You are threatening to checkmate the king. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. You step your king away from the checking rook. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. There is no stopping you from winning a rook with the right follow-up. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. This is the way to win a rook. This steps away from the checking queen. You continue the checkmate attack. A solid choice. Your move gets closer to checkmate. This move wins a pawn. Recaptures. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This evades the check from the queen, getting closer to the forced checkmate. This evades the check from the knight.